Hello, so someone wanted to know how to install configuration files for APB, and I'm pretty sure they specifically meant Floor's configuration files. I'll leave a link in the description for his most updated versions of the files. But the first thing you want to do is, if you're running APB through Steam, then just go onto Steam, go to Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files, and then in the binaries folder where the exe is located, just create a shortcut of that and drag it onto your desktop. After you've downloaded Floor's configuration file and dragged the exe onto the desktop, just open up the WinRAR file or whatever you have it as, and these are the configs he has. Basically what you have to do now, it's not too difficult. Go onto the main folder where it's just like APB game, binaries, engine, and then find the file that you specifically want to install, and you just open it up and then you replace the files basically. So you just drag it in, replace the files, wait for that to happen. So that's obviously like always sprint plus hold to crouch, and then these graphics ones, you just do the same, drag those in, and then go back. I don't really know about that, but as far as I know, it's linked to his graphics as well. So if you're using Floor's graphics configuration files, it'll instantly put the input lag fix on. I don't really know what it is though, so yeah. With the mission names one, this is more than just dragging it in. He has a readme thing on it that I'll get to in a second. You drag the files in and replace those as normal. And then what it wants you to do, out of all of this, the main things is basically just this section right here. Make sure that you get the space as well, if you're copying it. And then you want to right click on your shortcut that's on the desktop, click on properties, and on the target section, right after the, I forgot what that thing's called. At the very end, after that speech thing, just copy and paste the space dash language equals 1031, and then just apply that and go out of it. And the other thing is this section right here. What you want to do is you want to go into, what is it? APB games, config, account, and then find the account that you're using, and then open the option, user options, and find the preferred language districts, which you can just copy that and then Control F to open the find, and Control V in, and find that. And I'm not sure if that's set to anything else by default, but if it's set to anything else by default, just set it to 3, and then click File and save that, and you're basically set to go with that file, because that's just like the mission things telling you what the last stage is and stuff. If you haven't actually set the properties, the target properties, then I'm pretty sure that file doesn't work. And with the rest of it, when you go, make sure you go back, of course. And then with the rest, it's pretty much just a drag and replace process. You just drag it in, replace it, drag it in, replace. Do that for like all of the files basically that you want. Of course, you don't have to do all of them. Personally, I don't do the what's it called, the no fog thing. I'm not exactly sure. I just, in his readme file, come on, you can do it. Yeah. Where is it? In his instruction section. Is it in this one? No, I don't think it's in this one. I don't know. He had like which ones were safe and which ones weren't exactly safe, and the no fog shader was something that was set to like use at your own risk type of thing. So I don't use it personally. Although as far as I know, still using configuration files is still a use it at your own risk. You could potentially be banned. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, after you've installed all the ones that you want to use, you basically just open up APB and I think you just set your graphics to minimal, I think it is, like the lowest graphical settings, and then that basically sets the his graphics configuration file, and then you just play like that. Everything else should be working perfectly fine, as far as I know. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and catch you next time.